Welcome back to another Solidworks tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to design and build a PPE face shield for NHS workers and any other organization that needs to protect their face during their work. The download link will be in the description. It's completely free to download and it will be 3D printable. Don't forget to like and share this video. So let's get started. It's probably going to be about 3 or 4 parts to this. So let's start by creating a part. Okay, and in this one we're going to need all 3 planes visible at first. So let's start by click on it and then hold on Control, or hold on Control and click on it and keep holding Control and click on it on top plane, click on the right plane, let Control go, and this little I button will show up, and just click that and then you can see all your planes here. So before we can start creating this part, we need to add a sketch picture both to the top plane, the front plane and the right plane. So let's add our sketch picture to the top plane. Okay, so the pictures that I got for this one is a vector graphic of a human head, I think. So let's insert that. Okay, so that's going to be the top plane. Alright. So we need to get that minus 90 degrees. So we're going to put here minus 90. Press OK. Alright. And for now we're just gonna put this aside because we have to determine the size of the human head. And an average human head size from this point to this point roughly, because I don't want over the ear, I want to front over the ear a little bit, is about 150 mil. So let's go up to line, select midline, snap to the midpoint, make it vertical, exit, press escape. And let's give that a dimension of 150 mil. Okay, so that's gonna be the size from the top plane. Let's exit dimension. So we can just move this down or resize it as we want. But you want to make sure that you have lock aspect ratio clicked on and enable scale tool as well. So if you don't have this clicked on, then it's just going to be going. Let me show you what I mean. So if you don't have that clicked on, you can change up the shape of the human head, which we don't want. So we're gonna go back, Control Z. Okay. And let's make our head the size of 150. So, right. So we got this point, and we want these 2 points to be roughly about here. Let's make it a bit bigger, yeah. Okay. Yes, that's perfect. About there. Maybe if we can move it in a bit more, and that would be perfect. Just a tiny bit bigger, like that. Okay, that's perfect. Because what we want our shield to be is in front of this area. All right. So let's press OK for now. But we will go back because I want to get a center line for the nose. construction line, and I'm going to go all the way in this way. Okay, I'm going to double click the picture. So if you want to manipulate the picture further, you have to just double click it. And if you want to get rid of this white background, you can by checking user defined and just change transparency. Of course, you have to click this white area here, and then if you go in, then that will change the transparency. However, you're never gonna get away from these little white shades on the side here. So yeah, I think that would be perfect like that. But you know what, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna keep it white for now and then leave it at that. And I'm going to move the head. I'm going to make sure the tip of the nose is somewhere roughly around the midpoint, not that one. So somewhere there. And I also want to make sure my 2 points for the 2 sides are correct. Okay, so that should be about, because remember where the face shield will touch the head will have comfort sponge, I would say cushion, maybe the cushion. So little micromillimeters of movement on these sides, it won't really make any difference. Okay, so press OK on that. So that covers top plane, and now we need to add our picture to the side plane. So we're going to sketch picture, but before we do that, we're going to exit the sketch. Okay, and then we're gonna go to front plane and this sketch, add the sketch. Okay, right. Okay, so once you have your side sketch picture inserted from adding from sketch picture, then we need to determine height of the face, and then that goes from under the chin somewhere up here on the top of the head. And the average human size for that would be about 200 millimeter. Okay, so I'm just gonna move the picture out of the way for now. I'm gonna check that, and I'm going to bring that normal to profile. Okay, I'm gonna choose a midpoint line. Okay, snap to there. All right, I'm going to add a relation to that, and that will be 200 millimeter. Okay, so that's 200 millimeter. Check that. And now we're going to add our sketch picture onto that plane. All right, so now you just gotta manipulate the picture, get it to the size, and right, so the one thing we forget to do is get the nose from the top plane, the nose reference point. We will get that in a second. I'm just gonna get that roughly to the size. Okay, under the chin, and that would be about there. So if you move it in, that makes it. Okay, so let's get that reference point for the nose. Okay, so that is the point I'm talking about. So let's go back to top plane. All right, let's go back to top plane, sketch, and we're going to get the reference point right here, because we're going to design from nose to nose, right? All right, so let's go back now to front plane. Let's exit the top plane. Let's go back now to front plane, sketch. And then that point is this point here, right? That one there, okay? And then we're going to bring, and then we already have that point determined, so that shows right there, okay? So let's go back to our head and then move forward. But before we do that, let's go back out and get that reference out so we can see the line, front plane, and of course you choose center line, construction geometry. So that's the line we're looking for. Alright, so let's go back into the picture, our picture, and move that nose all the way to touch that point. So now we are nose to nose. Okay, so we have to bring that down so we can see the line a little bit better when we get to that point, because we need to move ahead lower. Okay, so because our reference point is here. Alright, somewhere around there, and the line is there. But to just be precise, let's get those lines as well. I should do it before, but so let's get this from here, and then let's get another one from here. Okay, so now when we go back to our picture, we can add this perfectly onto those reference lines. There you go. That is perfect. Okay, check that. And now we are indeed nose to nose. So don't need to worry about this part because the heads are the sketch picture been manipulated, but the overall shapes for the frontal lobe, it's going to be precise. So that covers this segment. Is going to be part 1, and the download link for the part and the face shield will be in the description, and I will save it in an STL file, so you can just load it into a 3D printer and print it. Thank you, stay tuned, and wait for the next parts.